Welcome back to the Tournament Center. I'm Randy Bueller. It is time for a Deck Tech with Brian Kowal. Welcome.
Hi.
So you're the guy that everybody's talking about, giving credit for the Boat Brew. Red-White Reveillark. This has been the deck of the tournament. It's the most played deck. It had the best record so far on day one. You went 4-0 with it. It's got to feel really good to see your creation sort of come to life and take over a Pro Tour like this.
Yeah, it's been a real shock. This deck kind of got me back into Magic.
Okay.
I was like not playing really, and I ended up like just putting this deck together for Cruise Qualifier. You know, that's how it became called the Boat Brew.
Right.
And yeah.
Now, talk a little bit about the origin story, because there's been some people saying, okay, there was a Sylvain L'Oreal deck, the Pierre Canali ran at Berlin, and you know, where did this idea come from?
Well, there was the French version, and there was a guy in Madison named John Treviranus who
Sure.
Also was working on a version of it, and he played it at States, and it did okay with it.
Okay.
And so I saw his version. It had some cool stuff going on with the Reveillarks and all the card advantage creatures.
Right, it was like Galepowder Mage. And
yeah, Galepowder Mages and Knight-Captain Eos and that kind of stuff.
But it didn't look quite right to you.
Right. So I was like, I always want to throw together a deck, and I wasn't really playing Magic, but I had this standard tournament to get ready for the night before, and I played. One of the decks we were playing around with was his, and I just kind of like changed a few things around and like played some of the creatures I really wanted to play.
All right, so walk us through. What's the key to the deck? Why does this thing work so well?
The real reason is because everything gives you card advantage in the deck. It's
okay.
like it's just a deck that constantly puts things on the board, and is constantly just like getting incremental advantage against your opponent. Like, it's just one of the best incremental advantage decks ever.
Wow.
Almost every card in the deck is going to end up getting you a free card, like or is capable of it.
Yeah, sure.
Even the lands, like Windbrisk Heights.
Yeah, Windbrisk Heights, in my opinion, and you were saying this earlier, that's really the card that I think broke the deck.
Yeah, that was one card that was
yours,
not
right?
in the version, and I was like looking at all the cards, and I'm like, why am I not playing Windbrisk Heights? Like, the Kithkin decks play it, I should play it too, you know?
Right, and Siege Gang Commander.
And I can flip even better stuff than they can.
Yeah, Siege Gang Commander is just ridiculous. Comes in, I mean, I think those really, to me, that's the heart of the innovation that put this deck over the top, and that was all you.
Right.
So, what did you think coming into this tournament? So you had success, you win the Cruise Qualifier, deck's doing pretty well in Magic Online, people are starting to talk about it, but now coming into this tournament, what did you change up? What did you think was the key for this weekend?
I think the real difference between mine and a lot of other versions is I changed less from the original version than a lot of people. Most people are running Spectral Procession in the 3-sweat.
Right.
But I looked at the deck and I'm like, how are people going to attack it? And I'm like, it's going to probably be like Wrath of God and Volcanic Fallout. Like, Volcanic Fallout, to me, was like the big card that everybody was talking about going into this tournament. So I stuck with the Persist guys, and I still run Kitchen Finks, which a lot of people don't.
Okay, and you had fully 4 red caps.
I had 4 red caps, and a lot of people stopped playing that card almost immediately.
Now, how did you make room for those? It was no Spectral Processions and...
Well, once upon a time, there were 4 Johnny Vengeance here, and I think most people in the tournament were still playing it.
Okay, so no Johnnies anymore.
Right, because it seemed like with they just seemed like they weren't doing as much. Like, it seemed like people were ready for the Johnnies, and they don't like. And Fairies was like one of your rougher matchups, and you really don't want to Planeswalker against Fairies because they just fly over your head and kill it all the time.
Okay. And then I guess that's also where the room for the Paths comes from, right? Versus the original version.
I really wanted Path because like one of the weaknesses of the deck is it's kind of slow. If you notice, like most of the deck is up in this 4 range. So like one of the things I was trying to install into the deck as much as possible were like time management mechanisms, you know, and that's where Path really shines for you.
Okay.
It has a minor effect of like turning on Knight of the White Orchid, but honestly that didn't happen a ton for me.
Sure.
Because you still don't want to path your opponent's creatures.
Fair enough. Now, any cool tech in the sideboard? One Banefire, another Conflicts card, I guess?
Yeah, I just wanted a little extra reach against 5-more control.
Right, 4 Guttural Response.
Yeah.
There's the Forest Path.
This is more time save against Fairies, which is a faster deck.
Now here's this guy coming back.
Yep, Adrian Sullivan actually has been like really into the Boat Brew, and one thing he's been like harping over and over to me about was that Galepowder Mage is just the most amazing card in the mirror.
Okay.
Because you have so many coming to play, guys who trigger coming to play effects.
Ranger
like every
of
single
Eos,
guy, you know, everybody but the 1-drops.
Sure, sure.
So this guy can be really good. And like most of the air decks are token based, so at the worst, he's usually killing a creature every time he attacks.
Oh, sure.
And
so he can phase out their tokens, he can phase out your comes to the play guys.
Right.
Did you get the mirror? Has this been working?
I haven't played the mirror. I played against White Weenie twice yesterday, though, and he was really good against them both times. Like,
okay. And then third, Reveillark.
Yeah, some decks Reveillark's better, and some decks Siege King is better. It used to be 3 and 3 in the main.
Right.
But I just came to the conclusion that Siege King Commander is just way better than anything else you can do in the deck.
No Flamekin Harbinger action, though? I mean, a lot of guys like to be able to tutor up the Reveillark, go get it with Ranger of Eos. You know, not so much?
I'm not a big fan of that guy. For one, you don't want him turn 1, and for two, like one of the things I really like about the deck is that every card is useful at almost all times.
Okay.
And Flamekin Harbinger is one of those cards that, like, somebody you draw, you're like, Flamekin Harbinger, why do I play this card?
Fair.
So.
And Celestial Purge, good solid sideboard card.
A lot of people side more Forge-Tenders, but I thought it would be more important to like kill Everlasting Torment or like killing the risk or killing a big aggro creature that I can't deal with.
All right, anything you would change after day 1? Or is this, you feel pretty good? This is your take on Boat Brew. This is now the way you would keep running it.
Well, I 4-0'd, so I'm really happy with it, yeah. But I don't think I would have changed anything.
All right, there you go. Like I said, this has absolutely been the deck of the tournament. By far the most played deck on day 1, by far the best winning percentage on day 1. Brian was one of the guys that 4-0'd with it. Got 3 more rounds of Standard this afternoon. People are going to be playing Standard to find out who wins Pro Tour Kyoto. I think they're going to be playing either with this deck or against this deck. So thanks for talking to us, Brian. Good luck the rest of the day, and signing off for the Tournament Center. This is Randy Bueller.